Good afternoon. Welcome to Marco on Markets. It's Wednesday, the 22nd of July, 2026. I hope you guys have had a great day. I'll just start with the disclaimer. This channel is for educational purposes only and shares my personal opinions and investment process. Nothing in this video should be taken as financial product advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any investment. Always do your own research and consider obtaining advice from a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. All right, so let's get into it. I might just update my portfolio. Wednesday's a really busy day for me, so I watch the market all day long, as you probably already have gathered, but yeah, I'm not constantly watching it, so I haven't updated this today. Let's just go to my holding list. It started off not great, and it went down for most of the day, and then it did recover. Well, for my stocks anyway. So Aristocrat went down a bit today, 52 cents or 0.83%. AX1 lost quite a bit today. That was 3% down. Commonwealth, I think Commonwealth actually improved in the end, so it's up 0.7 for the day. And Westpac Bank went up to 36.34, so that was also up 0.33%. So just looking at my actual positions, I might put a freeze on that screen there so that when I go across, it keeps that name there. So we've got Aristocrat is down now 2.87%. Accent Group is down 68%. CBA is is up 0.75%. Okay, so that's getting into positive territory tomorrow. If we can get up to 2%, I have got a sell order on at $74.04. So all we need is a good day tomorrow, and that could possibly sell. Westpac, although it did go up today, it's still down 1%. So the sell order on at $37.52. So in order for that to sell, it has to go up 3%. So the 1% that I'm down, and then a further 2% to make my margin. So that's where we're at. Let's just have a look at the market in general. I'll just have a look at my approved list of stocks. So Aristocrat was down 0.83%. The bank, ANZ up slightly. Accent Group down 3.33%. Commonwealth was up. Coles was up 0.43%. JB Hi-Fi fell away 1.45%. Macquarie up slightly. NAB down slightly. Centre Group down quite a bit, 1.5% there. Sigma 0.34. Interesting, it's spread for the day to $2.81 to $2.90. That's a really nice range for this type of investing. I'll just show you quickly my register. Sigma, just zoom that in. So I brought that recently for $2.80 and then was able to sell it at $2.87. So looking at that spread, I could have, if I had have brought it, say, $2.81 or $2.82, I could have got that same margin within the same day. I mean, it's a bit of a pipe dream to do that, but it can happen. That was actually a fairly quick trade from memory. Let's have a look at that. I had that for 3 days. I purchased that on the 10th of July at $2.80, and then I sold it on the 13th of July at $2.87. and that was a decent margin. It was a bit over 2%, 2.3%. So that was a really good return for 3 days. If you have a look at my trading days here, actually I'll turn the freeze on here as well so we can see the stock. When we go, no, turn the freeze on. Okay. So Viva Energy, that was 15 days. Coles was 7 days. Here, we've got a same day stock. So JB Hi-Fi on the 7th, I brought it at $76.05, and then later in the day, I sold it for $77.40. Look, it wasn't my intended margin, but when you're up 1.5% on the same day, sometimes it's worth just taking the money. So that's that one. That's probably one of the ones I'll buy next, $77.40. Let's see what that is at the moment, JB Hi-Fi. Okay, so it's getting into that range where I like it. So it was in that price range today. That one and Sigma are probably one of my two next purchases, depending on, I have to have a sale first. Viva Energy, that continued to rise. So that's having a really good run. That's one that I've traded recently. Here, I purchased on the 22nd of June, and then sold it on the 7th of July. So it was a couple of weeks, 15 days, and picked up the full 2% margin. As you can see, $2.18, and it's now $2.50. So that's one of the negatives to this system. So $2.50 minus $2.18 divided by $2.18. So I've missed 14.6% by not holding it. But my rules are to take a margin, and that's what I'll continue to do. So we've discussed Westpac. Wesfarmers down 2.2%. It's a company I really like. It sells, you've got Officeworks, Bunnings, Kmart. You know, they're all stores that seem to be pumping every time I go there. And I think it's just a really well-run business. So that's at $89. It's a bit on the high side for what I like, but when it's in the mid to low 80s, it's really, I find that really attractive. I haven't traded that for some time. So, and Woolworths is another company I like. Woolworths and Coles, I think between the two, they have around 60 to 70% of the whole market share. So that's literally 3/4 of the population going to that store each week between those two. So if you've got one or both of them, and people will need to continue to eat till the day they pass. So I think they're a really good business. They operate on quite a low margin, but they have such high turnovers there. Okay, so that's a wrap. Let's just have a look at Commonwealth. I'll just have a look at their graph. So I've got that on to sell at 74.04. Let's go to the chart. And we'll just have a look at the day chart. And yeah, so it actually really picked up at the end. I didn't realize that it had gone up because I have Wednesday's a crazy day for me, and then I have some personal things in the afternoon, so I actually missed the close. And it might have been another one of those aftermarket transactions that has gone through. It's interesting that it's really spiked between what looks like, you know, I'm not sure, they don't have a time on here. But yeah, it's really spiked. That's unusual. I wonder why there was such a big trade. Maybe it was like a wholesale like investment house or something. Maybe they purchased a large quantity and then that's really caused that to spike up. Hopefully they've got more to buy tomorrow and then we might see a further increase. So yeah, if you have a look at the volume for the day, there was actually a lot of volume there right at the end. 600, maybe 700,000 units. What is that in dollar terms? 600, 700,000 at $1, 171. Let's just call it 171. So it's $120 million thereabouts in shares. I'll just have a look at the trading. The trades in NabTrade, you can see the actual last trades at 415, 410. So that they're well after market close. You'd have to go through them all and add them all up, but yeah, there's not. Oh, there's $1 million one. Few couple of 100,000s and stuff. It's interesting. So they've purchased up. There's a 2.5 million. Yeah, I wonder if they were all by a similar or the same place. Unusual, but interesting to see what happens tomorrow with Commonwealth. Like I said, I'm hoping for a gain. It would be great to get out of that trade. We've got 1.37% to go, or once it gets to $174.04, we'll have a sellout. So, all right, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day and have a great night, and I'll see you on the next one.